Hello and welcome to another episode of Certified Engineering. I'm Sprutis and this is the second visit to the garage this week, so that's really great. Hopefully you can hear me above the high pressure washer. But in the last episode I managed to remove some lines and so on. Took some time, but hopefully I hope I can start with the bracket again. That would be nice, so that part is finished. I will also need to decide if I'm going to be running two, so both feed and return aluminum pipes for the oil, because one of them is going from the oil filter adapter over past the wheelhouse, down under the headlight and then into the thermostat. So I'm not sure if I want to have the pipe that long or if I should have a fitting underneath the headlight. We will see. But like I usually do, I will need to get dressed and get started. So I've been wrenching a bit, as you saw, and I got stuck watching memes. Very funny. But anyway, I removed the compressor cover because I need to clock the outlet. And so here it is. So we need to rotate that right at the end. And also if we... Can we see inside? Anyway, there is a lip, which means that I can also offset the outlet a bit. So I would do that. I've marked the locking of the compressor housing, and if we flip the camera, so then it looks like this. So I've removed the power steering reservoir. We have that down there. I will try and find out what's wrong with that hose end, why it's not sealing and is still moving like that. Maybe I managed to snap it somehow. Anyway, so I've sealed off the inlet to the power steering pump. I managed to bend one of the AC pipes a little bit just to get it down closer to the frame rail. So the idea now is to make a pipe coming from this, going on top of these, and then ending up roughly around here, and that from here it will be a transition to a hose going to the left connector in picture, that one. And then the other one, I might have the transition between pipe and hose end roughly around here, just so that I can, if I want to, reach in and disconnect it up here. And that's just to make it a bit nicer going over this area. And that one will be slightly on top of the other one, and then of course go to the right fitting on the oil filter adapter. So then here I will make a bracket so that these hoses, this will be a pipe, but they will connect underneath the bracket, and the other one that's going to the reservoir somewhere around here will sort of round this bracket and then come up here. Yeah, so that we have a threaded hole here, we have another hole here, so this will be then on top of the washer fluid reservoir, which is below here. I don't know yet if I can reach that, but if I can, then that's nice. So then I will have two holes for the mount, and yeah, but I realized also that we have one, so this 90-degree fitting is female. The other ones I have are missing, but here we have four female pipe ends, and I only have two male pipe ends. But if we count, we need two over here and we need one over here, unless I go with a complete hose. I think just for aesthetics I would like to use pipe in this section, but I might change my mind. We will see. I think I need to order something else as well, so that should be fine. I've also, let me show you. So maybe I can show the outlet again. You see that we have a big lip. I didn't use the proper sized pipe, but those few 4 or 5 millimeters we can shift to the outside, so towards you, and rotate it, and that should be a lot better. But then we have the mount again, so I have marked where to drill the holes. So with this I can position the cooler package, and once that is done I will complete the lower one. And here we had the male ones, so I think I will order one more of these. I will probably also reuse these hose ends, I think, and maybe even hose. I feel bad throwing this away. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I will clean it and see what comes out. If the rubber is deteriorating inside, which I don't think it is, then I will of course replace it. And I also think that I have a bit too much of a gap, so they should have been maybe a little bit tighter, but most of them are sealed. This one is not sealed, or could be in this end as well, so don't know. But I think the completion rate in this episode is too low, so I will continue this episode the next time I'm in the garage. there is a lot of thinking and planning and just looking at things. I'm also reconsidering the oil drain for the turbo. I don't like the angle of that. It's the only way I could do it. It is a constant decline, but it's wrapping around the exhaust manifold very much. There is some sort of block connection underneath the filter adapter, and I'm not sure if that could be used. If that can be used, then we will have a nicer bend and also get a bit more clearance for the oil return. I'm also thinking about this power steering line, because that one is only clamped on down there. There. And it's old and not so nice, but I can use that for now. So if I have the pipe coming out here with an AN6 fitting, then I could make like a transition so that I use, so if the AN6 fitting is over here, then I could use an AN6 hose going down there, but I would need to weld on or crimp on a AN6 fitting. But now that I think about it, it should be possible to get one of these on, so that we get a transition to AN6. That could be nicer. I will have to think about that. But so far I'm only lacking one male AN10 pipe end. So I will simply continue the next time, and yeah, I think that's fine for now. So see you in a second. I'm back in the garage, so let's dig in. And I think I've found a better spot for the camera so that you can actually see some work being done in this region. So let's try it out. So I tried or made another attempt in modifying this, the pipe straightener, and it does work, but since the radius of these rollers are the wrong one, it will bite into the aluminum and getting me dirty. But it's not, you see these lines, that's not good. So I'm scrapping this piece and going back to straightening the pipe manually. So I think we have enough now to start with the first pipe. So this is the pipe that I just bent, and I can't use it. I forgot to consider the extra length required for these. So the straight part of in front of this bend is too short, so I can't get this on. So I've measured, and it's roughly 3 centimeters required, so I would have needed like 1 centimeter more. And then I wanted a step down, so this still serves as a test. And I also made this bend on the wrong side of the line, this line. But overall I think this is a good way to route it, and this needs to be bent before this bend, just so that I can minimize this distance. And I think this distance needs to be a bit shorter. So here goes another attempt. So here we have the pipe. It's loosely connected to the pipe fitting going to the oil filter mount. Then we have it running here, bending over the AC lines, and then it will be basically in this line. Just follow the pipe down to the red and blue. So I think I will cut it around here and then put the other pipe end on that, and then we will go with hose the remaining way. I think that will be fine, and then we have the other one coming over this. Hopefully that will be fine. So it will be coming over and then sort of in this direction. So that will hopefully give us a bit more room down here for the intercooler pipe. And then here is how the pipe turned out. It's clean and ready to go in. And this 90 degree is a swivel seat, so we can rotate the fitting. And I put a plastic bag just to stop any debris from coming in. So let's see how it looks installed. And here it is installed. Hopefully you can hear me over the noise. But I'm slightly worried about this. You can see it moving. So these two are moving together, and this one, the inner part, is fixed. We will see. Maybe it's just until it gets pressure, but if that's the case, then well, that one doesn't really see any pressure, but I think that one was leaking. But it could be another reason why it's leaking. We will see. I will start with building up oil pressure, getting oil everywhere on the inside, not on the outside, before I button up everything. So everything needs to be connected. I will drain the oil, add more, refill with new oil, and then make sure that everything is okay. I think I will also try and bleed the oil cooler, but at least we have managed to complete one pipe, and then we will have something coming from here. Maybe it's enough to just have something like a screw sticking down through this hole, just to stop it from rotating, and then just tighten this one enough, and that could be enough. Then we don't need to worry about anything underneath. So with that, I would like to thank you for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. Stay safe, take care, bye bye.